Hopefully. Should be good. I think we need a new link though.
It's working for me with the same link.
Right. Video was removed by user, so you sent.
I hope you appreciate this favor I'm doing in letting you out.
That's good of you, mate. No hard feelings, eh?
Right. After all, I'm just doing my job.
I reckon you'd be one of them dragons then.
Yeah, named Spyro.
Never thought I'd see one. You dragons used to rule this entire world, you know. Then all of a sudden you left. Poof.
Dragons used to live here?
Didn't you know? They say it was over 1,000 years ago, I think.
And they just left?
Yeah, and the weird thing is, after they left, all the magic in the world just sort of went with them. I mean, they say this world used to have magic coming out the wazoo. Flying ships, singing forests, wishing stones, you name it. But when the dragons left, it all just dried up.
Is that why some of the portals don't work?
Yeah, they're starting to fade out too, one by one. Well, I gotta get back home and do some damage control. Come visit anytime you like.
Alright, let's see where this stream is. You posted a platformer chat?
Thanks again, Spyro. Now I have to find out what that nasty sorceress has done to my home.
Ah, there it is. You're speaking to the Sheila. The Sheila. Nice. Yeah, I'm just talking to someone in PMs for a few minutes. Yeah, they completely fucked Sheila's design in the reimagining. They ruined it. We're getting some major frame. Oh, no, it's better now. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Deal with the frame drops is.
Frame drops and buffering.
Yeah. Wait, your parents stream? I was gonna say, hell yeah, stream your family, 2018, dab. Hey, oh wait a minute, I was about to read a John Calder's comment. I was about to, nice.
Well, he redeemed himself.
Yeah. The frame rate is very inconsistent. It's like jumping up and down. get that yet. See you in a moment. Yeah. Shield is never fun to control in any regard. Even in the original.
Oh, oof.
Oh, oof, there it is. Yeah. I think you might have dropped the gem down there. There might be a gem there.
Why are you playing this Muppet, this Monster Muppets Adventure ripoff?
Ah, 400, 400. Okay.
To this day, I kind of suspect that they licensed the Spyro engine for that.
Yeah, probably. Maybe.
Yeah.
So apparently they can't hear you because Magic Nipples, by the way, great name, says, so Psy is like mute.
Did you know Ratchet and Clank was originally going to be an Agent 9 spinoff called Agent 9 Prime 8? I did not know that.
I don't think it was. I'm pretty sure that was a different company making the Agent 9 spinoff.
We hear you.
We hear you perfectly, yeah. Let me, hold on.
Yeah, your mic is dead on OBS. You were just static.
What about now?
Let me listen.
Apparently, it like changed the default device on it. And it's just like was like nope,
Fuck.
nothing. Should be fixed now, but oh my god. Alright, so I'm fixing the game because the lag I was getting was fucking ridiculous. I'll rerun the game, but Jesus Christ. Can you guys hear me now? On there?
Yeah, also, it seems the stream is your voice now. It seems it's fixed.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason I looked in OBS and there was like no input for mic suddenly. Don't know why.
Did you want to be 100% sunny? I mean,
Sheila's out.
No, not. Well, I know you did that. What's that one called? Sunrise Springs.
Making me have to think about this for a second. Yeah.
Okay.
What?
I love the money bags. You always use that one.
I'm struggling to control this anymore. Let's go Cloud Spiders.
Okay, yeah, nice, you did. We're not gonna go to Sunnyville?
I'll save that for last. That's not my favorite level in Sunrise Spring.
Yeah.
Kind of like to go in order
struggle
of
with.
favorites, not favorites. Although is not optional. I had to do her first just because I want to get her out of the way. So I'll have to backtrack in fucking hell. I literally just died in Cloud Spiders. How the fuck the is that? I don't think I've ever died like that before in my life.
You just jumped off the side or some shit?
Oh, you'll see.
I'll see you in like 15 seconds.
God. I'm so out of practice now. It's embarrassing.
I love that frame drop.
Ooh. Oh, my stream was doing that yesterday where it would keep like going from like 30 to like 10 FPS randomly. I couldn't fix it. I kept trying.
I don't know why I even attempted that skip. I literally cannot do it.
Oh, I see what you did.
I don't think I've ever once made that skip. I always still try.
We'll get it eventually.
That's what I've been saying to myself, but I don't know.
Numbers are on your side eventually.
How different is Spyro's model in Spyro 3 than it is in Spyro 1?
The textures are different, or at least the wings. I don't know how much the mesh is different.
I actually don't think the mesh is really different, to be honest. Having
I think
looked closely, I think the only thing that's missing is like teeth on the model. That's it.
Yeah, they just took teeth away, and
Everything
as I
else
said, they
is
changed
literally
his.
texture work.
Yeah, they
Like,
just
he
changed the
seems to have,
textures around.
Like spikes on the back, like he has like extra spikes in the back of his tail, on his back.
It's just textures, though.
Oh yeah, they never.
There's no.
That was never
model.
like a modeled thing. Yeah.
It's just completely flat. Yeah. It always seemed like they'd done more to it than they really had. It's really just down to texture work on his model. Like I'm pretty sure his wings are the same exact shape they were in Spyro 1. It's just
Yeah, as I said, they just
transparency
did
on
some
the texture and different textures.
cosmetics.
As you've seen, it's changed, and then from Spyro 2 and 3, there isn't any differences except animation-wise. And it's mainly the eyebrows.
Oh yeah, he has like an angry sort of look in 2, and then they made him more.
Perpetually pissed off in 2.
I would. He has to do a bunch of shit. He has to be on me. Always
Yeah,
liked that
doesn't-
detail.
Yeah, it is
I always thought that was like a.
fitting though, because he does look pissed off, and it is like his vacation getting ruined. And
Yeah,
he's really
I always thought
pissy
that
with Ripto as a result.
Oh yeah.
And he calls him like shorty and shit. He looks like he's pissed off.
I also
Is he,
noticed using. Oh no, you go.
What? No, I was gonna say, is how are Spyro's textures applied? Are they like baked onto him, or does he have a proper texture map? What is the deal with that?
Maybe.
Like he has a UV
It's the same
texture
thing.
set, yeah.
Yeah, it's just UVs, like.
Yeah.
But I'm
Okay,
pretty sure it's
go
done more in line with how a lot of stuff is done in this kind of stuff, where it's like a texture atlas, and it's mainly like.
It's a bunch of 32 by 32 textures put together.
Yeah.
It's interesting, but it works.
Oh yeah.
I can't
Okay,
see
there you go.
Well,
I know his animation index is completely different in 3. Like his animation order is all sorts of different. Because I tried to copy one model, and then I looked at the Spyro 2 model, and it was how his like vertex animations are set up for way different.
Piss off.
The frame drops are just. I mean, it's watchable. The quality is good.
It's just like it's that random thing. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's probably because my parents were fucking watching Netflix or.
Oh, I'm gonna speak for Jorah here that in the Reignited trilogy they ruined Cloud Spyros. Like these used to be
Oh,
bells.
yeah.
It's stone.
Oh, here we go.
So, okay, in Reignited, there are these fucking scissor lifts. And they're
Oh,
not
no.
supposed to be
They're not
scissor lifts,
bellows.
okay? Fucking, they're supposed to be bellows, and Moneybags even still calls them bellows, right? But they're not bellows anymore. Why aren't they bellows?
Because outsourced video game.
Attention to detail.
Because
is,
garbage.
Apparently, like
Outsourced.
from what I'm hearing talk of, it's like apparently like Sanzaru Games or whatever is the one they're basically entirely responsible for Spyro 3. Like
Yeah.
pretty much entirely.
basically-
Like, Toys Bob didn't touch it.
Yeah, besides the base work from Toys for Bob, most of 3 was done by outsourced, was
Hey,
done by
guys.
them
Hey Max.
and
Yeah, what's up?
freelance artists. Like, just based on all the Twitter responses from, like, people, like, freelance artists coming out saying, like, oh, we worked on Reignited, it's like almost all of them worked on 3. Like it's pretty much the 4chan post, like you said. Like they didn't have the game done. They go to a bunch of people and like, hey, we need to finish this fucking game.
Again, I blame Activision for this.
Oh, Activision's completely at fault for being
This is
just like setting a
entirely their
deadline.
fucking fault.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna blame like Toys for Bob clearly could make like.
I would have honestly, Reignited would have been a lot better had it been all Toys for Bob. But I mean, it wouldn't have been perfect, but it would have been better.
Like, yeah, if Reignited was just like Spyro 1.
Because Spyro, like, they did a good job with that, I think. Like, it's not bad. It's not like amazing. It's not my definitive version, but it's definitely a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. It's quality, at least. Not me. It's not for me, really, by comparison, but.
I mean, it looks the most consistent, the most like pleasing to the eye for me.
Yeah, and
it plays the best in my opinion too. The loading.
Yeah, I only ran into one problem with the first game so far. It's like 3 has had several issues. Oh yeah, somebody's been showing how a lot of the mini games in Reignited, they slow down the speed of stuff to make it easier.
Everything is slowed down, like enemy reaction times. Yeah. It's all slowed down significantly.
Like the Hunter mini games, they slowed his speed down for most of it. Like a lot. Like it's way slower.
Like the sun seeds, I'm like 100% sure the sun seeds take like forever to shrink. Like if you mess those up, you're just bad. You're just bad.
Yeah.
And Reignited, like there's no.
Well, of course they would make it easier, because why not? I mean,
I know, but like the entire game.
Yeah, well, I mean, like they make a lot of minigames easier, and then like there's a few they did nothing to.
It is inconsistent though, and then some of the stuff got made harder by accident, by virtue of this.
Yeah,
like the controls.
I hate what they did to the camera angles. They make it like top. Instead of making it top down, they make it real time, like third person.
Yeah, a lot of the mini games where the camera was locked to a position that it's now still the free. Yeah, and now it's like free for. Now it's like a Sunny Beach, the mini game with the pot. Yeah, now you can just look anywhere. So now you can easily tell where all the turtles are going to be, and you can just camp.
Yeah, I just literally go into the corner and I just wait.
Yeah.
Because I can see every entrance, and the one that's directly behind me, the only one I can't see.
They did it for a reason, Toys.
That's what I've always tried to explain to people about like these. Like a lot of stuff was done for a reason. It wasn't just like because they had limitations. Like no shit. Every game has limitations. That's not the point though. Like
a lot of it wasn't limitations.
A lot of it was just it made practical design sense, and for players, for like just intuitive gameplay. Like enemy sizing was done a specific way for a reason. It was very consistent across all 3 games.
They make them gigantic now.
Yeah. I guess I could explain the glitch I had in 1 because you're chasing a thief right now is in Spyro 1 and Magic Crafters, I chased one of the thieves and for some reason he reached the point where he's supposed to jump and he didn't jump and he just stood there in front of me and I was like, oh cool, I could just kill him now.
Oh,
but he became invulnerable and I could not kill him or charge him or anything.
Weird funkiness with some of the thieves. Apparently some of them just don't turn around now. Like they don't go the opposite direction, so you can just like juke them. Like I went past one, I think when I streamed 3, like I supercharged past the red thief in Molten Crater, and he just stopped at the bottom of the ramp, like just up against the wall. I was like, okay, I guess I'll just kill you for free then. So he just sat there.
That's what I thought happened to me because he just stopped moving. I'm like, okay, cool, free kill, but he became invulnerable and I couldn't damage him. I was like, well, there goes my 100%.
I mean, because in Molten Crater, I had a glitch with Sergeant Bird, like a gem from a basket disappeared into a fucking wall. I had to leave the area, come back, and fly just conveniently close to a particular wall at random, and it flew out of the wall finally and got me. But Spark's gem finder was pointing to the spot where the basket was. That was already great. It was great.
The fact that Sparks doesn't collect gems is annoying as well. He doesn't.
Oh, I will mention. Like one thing is that even though they have like the grass and everything and it's pretty whatever, but like a lot of people are like, oh yeah, they added the Sparks gem finder as like just a default feature now because obviously it's harder to find gems because of the details and stuff. But it's more like a band-aid, like a patch, a quick.
That's what I've always thought about that. That's what I mean whenever I say that. It's like it's
Because I use it all the time now.
It's there as a crutch because they needed it to fix the problem that they created by doing the gems and shit and the detail the way they did it. It's there literally just to compensate for the fact that they inadvertently made it more difficult to find gems. And not in a, oh, they're harder to find because they're more hidden way, just in a, oh, they randomly spawn like your walls and Sparks doesn't pick them up, so if you run past them, you can get them, or they're in green grass and they're green gems. Like dumb shit reasons that shouldn't be an issue, but are for some godforsaken reason.
Well, yeah, they also, I noticed the speedrunners have mentioned that the range on Sparks is actually smaller. Like, he has less range.
I've heard not very good things regarding the games for speedrunners. Like, especially Sparks. Like, I think Newen in my server was talking about, like, Sparks is just ass. He's just AIDS and Reignited. He's just not good.
Yeah, well, there's been like a few things I've noticed that some people said, like, oh, like because gliding and colliding with a wall causes a bonk, and you can like immediately glide out of that, and you essentially make it stair climbing in a sort of exploity sort of way a lot easier. But
yeah,
like there's been a lot of things that
the ladders in general are just exploitable because half of them you can.
Well, yeah, you can just glide into them and it breaks.
Well, yeah, and then you can climb like infinitely high up into the air on something. Just completely get out.
I want to know how I want to know how nobody in the studio thought to glide into a ladder, because that's really easy to break.
Yeah, and then there's like a certain ladder, like I don't know if you were here when I was streaming Evening Lake. Spyro 3, there's like a ladder there where you can just rotate the camera around full 360 on the ladder, and it moves Spyro's rotation physically. Like he just rotates upside down and shit. I don't understand why that would ever be attached. Why would you ever, in what circumstance would that code have gotten cross-wired? Like I don't.
Well, I mean, like, it's the same reason why like even the speedrunners have mentioned it, but well, like every single NPC interaction in Spyro 3 has a delay before you regain control of the camera, so you can just speed off and go off like a cliff or something.
Yeah, that's how I realized that they did the...
2 doesn't have it.
They did the, like, fly-through portal shit different in the Reignited trilogy versus the original.
Is my mic better now?
And the reason why it kind of looks a little off, at least I think it looks a little off, especially after I noticed why it looked that way, is they're not making him just render over top of the background.
Oh, yeah.
It's just they're shrinking his model down. You can see it when you try to instantly like lead through a portal in Sergeant Bird's at the very end.
Yeah, and he shrinks.
Yeah, because the camera doesn't let go in time. It's like, oh, that's why it looks janky when he flies out of a portal now.
Yeah, I was here when I was watching the stream when that happened. It's kind of interesting to figure out how they did that.
Yeah,
like,
I was
on their
actually
end.
curious because, like, I know there's different ways to handle that kind of thing. I knew how the originals handled.
And they chose the weird way.
Yeah, I thought about doing it, but I never thought it would look right, so I didn't do it.
Well, yeah, it doesn't look right because forced perspective only looks right from one direction.
Yeah.
You change the direction of the camera at all, and it's like, oh. This
yeah, and you can tell.
Also, flying out of the portal looks really bad too for the same reason. Especially because.
Well, yeah, because it looks like he's motionless, and then all of a sudden he moves because that's what's happening.
Yeah. When you can see he's not moving fast either when you do finally regain control towards the end of it. It's like, it's just weird.
Oh well.
Sparks,
Like,
fuck you up. Go away.
when like Activision's really nonchalant, not giving a shit response to everybody wanting closed captions and stuff, and they're just like, oh, yeah, maybe.
How the fuck did I miss you?
It's,
Yeah, we know you guys want subtitles, but, you know,
and you know the patch that's never gonna come.
Yeah, you know that really worries me now with Activision making an official response on adding subtitles to the game, and they're just like, yeah, we noticed that people like it, you know, really wanted them, but you know, we made this game this way, and you know, it's based on this, and you know, we'll look into it in the future. Makes me go like, are they going to approve Toys for Bob to patch the game at all? Because that requires Activision's permission. Like,
that would be like they'd have to pay them to do shit though, and I don't think.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Activision will have to approve a patch because they're gonna have to allocate the team to, you know, go back to the game and work on.
Yeah, it's. I don't think it's gonna happen for a while.
And if Activision denies that, then oh my god.
At the very least, speedrunners will be able to break the game without shooting patch down for.
Yeah, at least they don't have to worry about Their
Also,
nice little
be
tricks
right
getting patched
back,
out.
Because apparently it's not going to work.
It also worries me about a PC release.
Hold
Because I
on.
still want that. I mean, I guess that'll still eventually happen, but I don't want it to be as janky as the console release.
Yeah.
Or maybe I do. Maybe I could fix it myself. Just Spyro RT on fix Spyro RT on PC and just send it to them as a resume.
Alright,
Fix
I'm
your.
back. Sorry. My mom wanted something.
Who's joining? I hear the noise.
Somebody
It was Sai coming back.
Oh no. I'm hearing
I-
something.
And then
Yeah.
I can switch on bird sign. I'm so not used to playing this anymore. It's weird. I've ruined myself with Reignited controls.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't touched the original game since playing Reignited either. I don't know if I'll can play it or not. I'll have to find out.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to find out sooner or later because I'm gonna have to go back to doing my thing.
I'm doing so fucking bad right now.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which of the bosses in this Awakening is my favorite? Probably Medusa? I don't know. It's hard to say because we hadn't done much with the bosses yet. So.
The main villain. Because it's
Medusa
the main
is-
villain.
Yeah. She's like the driving force behind all the plot, so.
Oh, I was gonna say something, but I realized he's not in the game anymore, so never mind.
Who's not in the game anymore? What?
I was gonna do a joke with Medusa and Spyro, but that's changed, so the joke doesn't work anymore.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna, damn it. I really wanted to say it, but it's pointless.
So okay. So what I was gonna ask before I got cut off and my mom wanted something. Does anybody know like how long it took them to patch Crash Bandicoot Insane? Because I heard it was a really long time, but I don't actually know if that's true.
I don't know. I didn't get crashed till it was on PC, so I already went
Crash
a year.
a year later. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing was, I heard it took them that long to patch the game.
I mean, I could look up the patch date.
Supposedly it was like they patched it for the release of the new version.
Of the DLC.
Well,
let me look
not
when
for
the
DLC,
patch.
but like they fixed bugs and shit for the release of like the PC and Xbox One and all that.
Yeah.
All the actual new releases of it. Like
Don't. Ooh, wait. Don't tell me. Okay, no. Okay. So besides the day one, okay. So let me just tell you. So it seems to me, unless it was anything else, besides the day one patch, the next patch didn't happen until April 5th of 2018.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
So
that
it
was.
did take them like a year to patch the fucking game, and it's only because of the new release.
It's kind of funny though, looking at the patch history, it seems after a really long pause from the game coming out in the first actual patch, they did update the game more frequently. Oh no, they didn't. That was just them adding the Reignited trailer, and then
Yeah,
the last patch was in June of this year. It did fix a lot of stuff though. This changelog is fucking humongous.
Yeah, I can see your thing light up, but I can't hear you.
The stream keeps like dipping completely. Like, it just dips.
Yeah, it did it to me too. Hey Emily, turn sensitivity as low as you can, like scroll it, keep going, and scroll it to the left.
That's a good sign for how long it'll take Spyro to get patched. So if it ever take like 5 or 6 months, then they might get to it.
it's if they bothered to like release it or whatever. Like I assume they're gonna release it on Switch and PC eventually. But, like, I'm not
Yeah, I
really
mean, obviously,
waiting.
I know Activision would want to do that because double dipping and more sales, but
Yeah.
but that makes sense in that the patch might take forever because they're not gonna. I imagine Activision's gonna be like, don't work on the game till we approve the other ports, and then you can patch the existing consoles while you also work on the other versions. You know, save money.
Yeah. Can't be having
Why
people,
work on the game when you cannot?
Yeah. Fuck, I'm so bad at these sticks. Holy shit. So bad.
Yo, Max, does my mic sound any better?
It's quieter, but it sounds clearer. Yeah. You switch
Does
mics.
it sound is like bassy anymore? Because
No, it doesn't have static like before. It had a lot of static. Or like
How's
you know.
this sound? I just lifted it up. How does that sound?
Hey, that's better even
look
more.
at the tiki dudes. Look how not shitty they look.
I know they're fucking normal.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
You know what's really sad about that is that what's his name made those models. And I really like his work. Yeah, the mirror.
That's the thing. I actually like Leader Features stuff, but I always thought like, oh, this is a really cool style. Not what I would want in an HD version of the game or anything, but it's a cool style.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I don't like them having eyes. That's just don't.
I wonder though, like because the thing that gets me is Lemur Features' work was a lot more faithful than that before Reignited.
Yeah, if you look at the other models that he did,
was not. I wonder how much they forced him to be like, all right, here's concept work art, make this in your style. But it's like nothing like. Because I like his stuff, like his Sheila looks extremely
actually
really good.
Yeah.
But then I wonder how much their concept art that they got also freelanced played into that kind of shit, and how much freedom the modelers actually had.
I don't know how much truth there is to it, but it seems there was a thing with like, and I'm not gonna like knock them, but yeah, they made the models based on whatever concepts they had, and they didn't even like have much of a QA. It's just they submitted it, and it's like, all right, it's in the game, bye.
Yeah.
They didn't really go through a whole lot of like, oh, could you? But that's not a confirmed thing. That's just what I've heard. But I mean, I wouldn't doubt that there wasn't a whole lot of touching up once things were submitted. It was just there it is, bye.
Yeah.
Move on to the next model, please.
Yeah.
You know, November 13th is right around the corner.
Here, I'll send you.
Like, can you imagine if they hadn't gotten like the little bit of delay time that they had? Imagine the game would be playing right now.
Well, yeah, what you would do is basically uninstall the patch on your Xbox or PS4 and play that. That's what you would be getting.
Honestly, I want to do that because I want to see what the fuck the game was like beforehand.
I wish I bought a physical.
I've heard there's like even like just
It's an older build. Like the build itself gets patched when you download the update because stuff changes.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like there's models and shit, like a bunch of like weird little visual things I heard apparently changed between the patch and like I think a character got like a different haircut or something at one point.
Yeah, I said all the UI changes when you apply the patch.
Huh.
I said the build that's on the disc is like pre-September.
That's what I'd heard, and that's what
I think the game went gold before they delayed it. Because those discs, I mean, I don't have a disc to check the actual information on when it got pressed, but I think they got pressed pretty early.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they decided to just ship out the discs they pressed back in August.
That's what I'm saying. They're not gonna go like throw those away and make more. Fuck that.
Yeah, no.
But that, because that's my thing. I just wish I had a physical copy because I know on the inner rings of a disc you can sort of get the data of when it was pressed and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't have anything to check.
Sai, do you have the physical version or digital version?
I have the digital version because I could not be fucked to go to a store to buy it.
Yeah,
that's probably why you have all the glitches. I have a physical version.
I mean, my game's fully patched.
Is there really a
shouldn't be having any glitches.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
Also, nobody else that I know that has the digital one has run as many fucking glitches as I have.
I mean, it seems to me with the glitches are very just random. Like some people get them and some people don't. It seems that the game feels like being a pile of like garbage. It just does.
I feel like it's just the extra hate it knows.
You got sent a special digital version.
They're like, oh, what's his PSN account? Well, we're sending him this cease and desist.
Yeah, let's send him the unpatched game.
Oh yeah, it's the fucking asshole who got cease and desist.
Let's make sure his version is extra shitty.
Even though it doesn't help our cause, it makes our game look worse. We'll send them it anyways.
Yeah.
I would, I would almost wish that was the case though, just because I would be amused.
Okay.
I would be genuinely amused if it somehow managed to send me like they messed up my version textually. I would be amused.
Like I was watching some. I've been watching a bunch of the glitches that Steve has been like finding, and he's been abusing the frame drops that you get in Lost Fleet to go around the rest of Spyro 3 and just abuse the frame drops to like just destroy the whole game. It seems the whole game just falls apart when the frame rate drops. Like music stops working right, the post-processing goes away.
There's random spots I noticed where the post-processing kind of disappears randomly. Actually, speaking of that, Seashell Shore, that is, I fucked that all up.
The beginning of Spyro, the beginning of Spyro 2, my first interaction with Hunter was when he was him being invisible.
I noticed in Seashell Shore, there's a weird the water effects, like the underwater like lighting, where it like down. Like, obviously that version's different, but like for some reason when you go through this specific tunnel in Reignited and come in or out of it from either side, that disappears briefly until you exit the tunnel. It's like for some reason disable a bunch of like weird shit when you go in here. Like it's noticeable too.
Wait, hold on. What just happened on the stream is you literally were in the Sergeant Bird minigame, and then you literally just like, it just cut right to Seashell Shore.
I know Spyro 3 has a bunch of Z fighting from overlapping like materials on accident, which was nice to see.
I think your stream is a bit fucked.
Reignited or?
Oh, Reignited. I know it's also in Scorch. In some parts of Scorch, I was just like going around, I was just playing like for the fun of it. And because of how they position the like sort of sun environment light, a lot of the shadowing on some of the walls just is messed up. Like you can't see it from the distance, but if you get right up near it, you can see it Z fighting with the materials. It's really bad. I don't even know why that's the way it is. But consider not making your suns in Reignited have such like harsh shadowing, so that goes away.
I just want to get the PC version and turn off all the post-processing immediately.
Motion blur can go away, please.
Yeah, I mean,
that
I
needs to
literally
go
want
away.
to see what the game looks like with just like regular lighting, just like lighting and the textures and the models. I just want to see what it actually looks. I can't.
I still haven't tried to, but I wanted to move Reignited onto a USB hard drive and plug it into my computer and see what the files look like on the PS4. See if I can like get into them. I'm pretty sure they're locked to shit, but
oh, probably. But I mean, I'm sure someone will.
You never know.
Unlock them.
Yeah, somebody might crack it before a PC release. I don't know if anybody cares to though.
Go away, Zoe.
Yeah.
Probably not. It's a lot of effort.
Yeah, that's the thing is, I've not found many. I know like a few people that like to do like game cracks and hacks, but it seems none of them care that Spyro Reignited happened. It's not their game. Spyro's not their cup of tea, so they don't care.
So I'm wondering, I don't know if this happened to anybody else in Reignited, and I've been like, maybe I'm just on crack and I never noticed it in the original. But is there a seal that comes here in this room at any point in time, like up at the top of this banister thing?
I don't recall seeing one.
Because when I was playing Reignited version of this, at one point in time, it was the last area of the level that I hadn't gotten gems from, and I came back up here, and I immediately turned a corner and ran into an NPC who immediately grabbed me for dialogue. There's a random seal that I don't ever remember being there, just standing right there. It's probably in one of my streams for Spyro 3. I don't
remember that happening.
Weird, and I'm like, I can't remember if that's actually in the original, if I'm on crack or what.
I don't know. I mean, 3's got the weirdest. 3's got a lot of weird stuff of like NPCs popping around and moving. So.
Yeah, because it was just like literally right here, like where I was jumping with Spyro.
Okay.
Like,
I don't remember.
There's nothing here now, so if it's in the original, it's not there until later or something. I don't know.
Weird,
I think you're supposed to come there after you've beat the level. You're supposed to come back to that and then the seal appears.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, is that just like, a little Easter egg that I've literally never noticed until Reignited or something.
It's an Easter egg. It's an Easter egg. That
Okay.
comes.
So I'm like,
Yeah,
I got thrown off. I'm like, is this a new thing? So I skipped the dialogue too, as part of the thing, because I'm like, I don't work out.
Yeah, it's in this version as well. So you could probably just try beating the level, then come back here, and there might be a seal. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Huh.
But yeah. No, it's
That's
not
so weird.
It's
I've
not like
never.
a glitch.
I guess this is the same thing as the chicken thing in Sunny Villa. I never noticed it either.
Oh yeah, the chicken coming back. I didn't notice that either because I never returned to that area.
No, I'm like, I one and done that level and I move on.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I like the levels. Just nothing ever. There was no
The level,
external.
They're like music, but once you get everything in there,
Yeah.
it's like, why would you come back, really?
That's what I said. Yeah, I was just like, after you do the skating.
Whoa.
Someone's car's being stolen.
Yeah.
Yeah. My bad.
That's what I said. There's like no compelling force for me to go back. I was like, okay, through the portal, bye.
Shit. This snappy, like the seal thing or whatever. Like,
I'm gonna.
this challenge right here, I swear they gave you so much time in the Reignited version.
Max, does your car happen to be a white van with free candy on the side?
How'd you know?
I'm gonna use that to JK.
You almost said it.
JK.
You almost. It'd be free Pokemon from Pokemon Go now.
Funny Reignited within.
Ooh, frame drops. My god.
Oh, good. What a
Free
wonderful
Fortnite.
glitch that is.
Free Fortnite.
Free Fortnite dance skins.
I mean, you just get a shitload of time in this challenge. I always remember struggling with this challenge when I was a kid. For some reason, I always thought they gave you like way too few amount of time. So when I played Reignited, I was like, they gave me a shitload of time. Apparently, it's just not very hard.
I mean, Spyro 3, there was a lot of mini games like when I played it like to actually like 100% it like much later that weren't as hard as I remember as a kid.
I will say there are
This is
some that I'm like, it's just doing bullshit.
Oh, there's still some that are like that give me like the Jack 2 vibes where it's like a little too fucking precise, but
Like the tank challenge in Hanatune. Fuck that shit. That's
Oh, I hate that challenge.
I love that challenge.
Ass.
I remember as a kid I didn't like the Dino Mines Agent 9
Oh yeah, I
mission.
hated that. I actually
hate that.
kind of enjoy that now. Like I don't mind Agent 9's controls in general.
Yeah, those are way better. Those
I-
are far superior.
Oh, you know what this means? I get to see the real Bluto and get to experience the shit myself vibes that his actual shark gives you in this game. This is actually like tense for a mini boss.
Sad
The
sad
Reignited
feels for those seals right there. This
Pour one out for our
What?
lost homies.
I just look at the original seals and I just question who was like, all right, give them half closed eyes and
Whiskers, because they need to look
make them
realistic.
look like they're old.
Yeah, and make them look wet and slimy all the time.
Oh my god, I really hate that they look all wet and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
Why is
Wet and
Sandy the
slimy.
only one
Wink.
with a tattoo?
What I can't
Why-
hear you, JP. What you're like muffled.
Why is Sandy the only one with a fucking tattoo? And I've checked
Yeah.
this. I've checked this. She has a sailor tattoo for some god knows fucking reason. Why?
She's
Huh.
a Navy SEAL. Get it?
Like they use that underwater material on them, which is like fine when you're underwater, but above like water they still have it. I'm like, oh, it just looks
It
slimy.
doesn't even make any sense to me to do that because no
It's
other
just
character
slimy.
has that material. They don't look slimy. Like no other character underwater looks slimy either, though. It's like they just gave it specifically to them, and it doesn't look good.
It's just more that when you like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure a completely different group of people did them than every other NPC, so it's just leads to that inconsistency shit again.
Yeah. So this tunnel right here is where the water lighting effects would cut out Reignited. Like going past like a certain point here, it would just stop working everywhere in the level. And then
Yeah.
going out like around here, it would just start working again.
I gotta wait for the stream to catch up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I'm like
I
trying
Yeah.
noticed
to
that randomly. I was like, is this with Minecraft? How are you doing that?
No, I remember that. That was
the only
weird.
thing that happened.
That was weird. I didn't really question it. I just saw it and I was like, that's odd. But I didn't really think of anything.
Well, the only reason I messed with it is like I kept noticing it, so I kept trying to figure out exactly the precise spots where it would trigger on and off. So I was like trying to figure out like, okay, where does the post-processing and lighting effect end and begin?
I think like when I saw it, I was just like, I don't know, it didn't cross my mind. But thinking about it, it's like, I wonder why. Like I don't know. It's just those kind of glitches where on my like sort of end, I question like, how did that happen?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's again like it's like the ladder glitch in Evening Link. I don't know how.
I'm just like, how
at
did
any point in time those things, like the code involved, somehow crossed wires and it resulted in that. Just logically shouldn't have. At no point in time should there ever been a moment where Spyro moving on a ladder or Spyro rotating the camera ever rotated him on a ladder. It's just an odd thing. Yeah, it's just weird. See, this shark is fucking. This shark is some shit right here. Ah, fuck my life.
Okay. Your life is now desecrated.
Ooh.
Oh. Someone left.
So they managed to mess up the controls for this boss fight as well somehow. I don't understand.
Yo, I got my cool ass projector to work. It's on a children's book. It has Finding Nemo.
Cool. I can't work on anything because my GPU died.
Oof.
So I'm on integrated graphics till Black Friday. Yeah, that was cool.
Fucking died. That would be gross.
Diablo 3 killed my GPU, so I'm gonna send the bill to.
See, all you have to do is play it on your phone instead.
No, no, definitely not. That was absolute joke. Can't believe that's a thing they're doing.
Go.
It's like this recent thing with companies just doing stupid
really
business.
Shitty mobile ports, yeah.
Yeah, shitty mobile ports and
all around really bad business practices.
we're gonna cash in on the big mobile craze with Diablo of all games.
Why? Of all games, yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah,
a game that needs, at least from what I can tell, a lot of it's not a touchscreen type game. It's like
it needs key inputs. It needs a lot of keys in that game.
Also, wasn't the game literally just like they did some like hacked up version of like a pre-existing game?
Yeah.
That's like on the
it's
Chinese
not
market
even
already. It's just like
it's not even original.
That's what I thought. That's what I heard.
This boss fight was ominous as a kid. It scared me in a way.
Yeah,
it scared me.
This version of the boss fight is actually like.
Yeah, like the freaking shark was terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, for early game, it's actually like pretty.
The thing that scared me though when I was in was the sharks from Aquarium Towers. Those things were pretty scary.
Oh yeah, no, those.
And honestly, the music
those are also
was
scary.
Ominous. It just felt very. It was a very like ominous level of music because it was like.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like dark. Like it's like this, and then you hear this like chomping sound, this random, just mechanical chomping sound. It's just very.
I think it always put in the same category as like Banjo-Kazooie also had that where there was I can't remember the name of the level. There was like a giant like metal shark that was like rusting and had the same just eerie feel to it.
Wasn't there? I'm thinking of like, wasn't there a Thai game that had like a metal shark boss or something?
A Thai game?
Yeah, I thought there was like, or maybe I'm thinking of something else. It was either Thai or that kangaroo game or something.
Don't honestly remember.
Oh, you mean Thai the? Oh, okay, the Tasmanian. I thought you meant like Thai as in like Thailand. I'm like, what?
Oh.
I do not.
No, yeah.
Like a Thai game? What?
Thai the Tasmanian tiger. Or, yeah, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. I swear there was a like. There was a shark boss in one of those games. Like Thai 3 or something. I don't fucking know.
Mm.
Oh, fuck's sake. I lost my sparks. This is
Ah, fuck's sake, I lost my dignity.
It did it.
Why is it so much more chilled this time around? It's like you switch back to classic Spyro, it's like we're all good. You switch to like any other game, it's like we go insane.
I don't know.
Overall, the frame rate's been has been pretty solid over in Seashell Shores so far.
So far.
Yeah, I think
Give
the
it time.
stream frame rate's back to normal for now.
Yeah. Maybe your parents aren't streaming anymore.
Maybe I don't know if they're still watching anything or not.
Wait, your parents are watching?
No, they were watching like Hulu or Netflix or some shit.
Oh, I was about to say, I was about to have a heart attack, man. We don't like this Max guy. He's so fucking, you know, he's over the top. We don't like him.
You think I would let my parents watch my own stream? Hell no.
You'd be like,
Parents,
oh,
I
you
swear.
shouldn't.
Fuck that. I have to be
You
grounded
shouldn't be
by,
hanging
like,
around with this
25.
Max boy. He's bad influence. He talks about having a van that says free candy on the side of it. And
The free Fortnite skins.
Free Fortnite skins. Oh.
Yo, where the fuck is this last gem at?
I was gonna make that joke even worse, but I decided to not do it.
Don't dig yourself a deeper hole.
I mean, do they have that deep of holes though?
Shut
At
up.
that age?
Shut up.
Christ.
Shut up. This is all because I like Violet from The Incredibles. That's it. And I've literally shit posted myself.
Dude, fucking,
Digging a hole.
dude, fucking Emily's having like the biggest fucking bitch of the time right now.
Oh, I'm fucking dumb. This is where all the gems are. I'm retarded. I completely skipped over this entire underwater area.
Have you done that, the tube?
No, I realized that was one of the eggs I was missing. I was wondering where the hell the other one was, and I just dove into it by accident. Just now. Just a second ago.
Sunny Beach looks so much nicer on the PS1.
Is what?
It looks so much nicer on the PS1. Everything about the textures was just better on the PS1.
Zoe, piss off, Zoe.
It's got a lot better color theory. More colors and...
The graphics on the PS4 game are great. I'm just saying is that like the textures in this are just better. They look better.
Well, there's actually textures in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is Reignited, while there are some textures, a lot of them utilize the same sort of modern video game technique of flat texture with a bunch of shaders and materials and PRB.
Or not,
yeah, a bunch of PRBs and stuff.
Yeah, it's just like height maps and shit. Or
yeah,
it's not actual
it makes it
texture. It looks like it's more detailed, but it's not.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. The thing is,
Welcome back.
it looks like it's more detailed, but if you look at it head on, without any of the lighting to sort of give it the effect, yeah, it's just flat and.
Oh, I done fucked up. I forgot about this tunnel. I haven't played this. Oh no.
Also, I mean, just generally the
Wow, you're at
colors
the
and
tunnel. We just saw you get to Jason, the egg Jason. You know, the one that's in the little harbor area.
Oh.
Alright, I was like 0 for 3 on the beginning Rhinox in the tunnel, like over and over again, and I just got all of them in this go. I missed like the same, like literally all of them over and over again. And I one-shot it.
I love the laugh that they give. They're like,
They're such dicks.
Yeah.
The most dickish laugh you could ever like. I think they Insomniac was like, all right, we need a really dickish laugh, and someone in the office was like, okay, I can do this. And that was the take. That was like, yes, it's fucking perfect.
There's actually like an actual joke in the office, and he laughed, and everybody else was like, "Hey, can we record that?"
And just use that as a fucking voice. Yeah, that's probably what happened though. I'm not even joking. Like,
oh, missed the first.
yeah, man. If you give us this voice, we'll give you like we'll pay for some pizza and we'll go.
Hell yeah, pizza.
You know what? The funny thing is, I was using analog and then I switched to D-pad and instantaneously got it. Fucking hell.
Gotta think about it. Everyone was probably playing Unreal Tournament or something back in 1998. So.
What am I doing?
It's like all right. We'll If you do this voiceover, we'll get some pizza and then we'll play some frickin' Unreal Tournament or like Half-Life.
Quake.
Because that's what they'd be doing nowadays, right?
Fuck. You just want to try calling one-on-one Emily to see if I. That way I don't have to like interrupt the stream, and then
Let him
I can try it out.
DMs, bro.
Emily should call me.
No, but I know the same shit with my phone, so it's like frustrating. Cause it's like I don't want to tell you what to do, but then I don't want to interrupt this shit.
I mean, you can interrupt it. We're having riveting conversations over here.
This is a brilliant conversation.
Well then, okay, so go to the sensitivity bar that I showed you, and did you try turning it like to the left? Like moving the little slider to the left?
Yeah. Level complete. What's our favorite Spyro level in Reignited? Sai, what's your favorite?
I fuck if I know. I can tell you some levels that aren't my favorites. I don't know if I can tell you a favorite. Funny, I got a list of ones I don't like. I'd have to think about it really hard.
My favorite level is
from the OGs be like, oh yeah, this is my favorite level of all time. I'm not good
favorite level is definitely a Reignited Glimmer. Favorite level.
Oh god, no.
Looks.
You know what my favorite one is Dark Rift Glimmer, actually. I like that one a lot.
The one that you made.
Yeah, that's the best Reignited level, guaranteed. I agree.
I mean, I don't know. If I was to pick any, like, one of the best looking, like, sort of environments in Reignited, Autumn Plains might still be one of my favorites. If not Winter Tundra, just between those two.
I genuinely don't know, because I honestly couldn't pick a level favorite out of the originals. There's a lot I like, but there's not a specific one favorite I can pick.
I used to love the Spyro 2 Homeworlds, but then I was like, after realizing, well, when I found out there was all just a sample played, then I just...
Oh, you were just defeated?
It just killed me, even in the whole level design. It's like, okay, it's really nothing that great. And maybe it's also the fact that people like Crystal Fisher constantly just, oh my god, fucking Summer Force looks amazing.
I honestly, I've never liked the Spyro 2 Homeworlds that much. They're kind of just boring castles.
Oh, I mean...
They're just very boring now.
They aren't...
cool.
They were never as interesting as, like, the Homeworlds of, like, 3 or...
Yeah,
1.
exactly.
But, I mean, as far as, like, actual aesthetic
really cool
presentation, they look really good in Reignited, but... I mean, that's just because I don't like Sunrise Springs look in some other ones.
Sunrise Spring is not a looker.
That's what I'm saying, like, it's just like other environments just don't look as good in Reignited,
so... I don't like Spyro,
oh, there goes
Spyro 2 as much anymore. I used to love Spyro 2, but now not really. And honestly, you know, maybe that's why
I love Spyro 3, but Sunrise Spring has never been, like, super impressive. Although I like it still better than
Spyro 2 is just a better game. Spyro 3's is a better game than Spyro 2.
See the skybox and how pretty it is in the original.
Like, Spyro 2 was cool, but now, like, playing it hasn't aged that well.
I find, for whatever reason, I find the challenges in Spyro 2 versus 3 really fucking tedious. Like, I'd rather, if I'm gonna play minigames, I want to play the ones in Spyro 2. I don't want to play Spyro 2s. They're annoying.
Spyro 2 has a lot of annoying ones.
Like, despite
that's why I avoid them.
Shit like Bentley's boxing and like the tank challenge in 3, I would rather play.
Yeah.
3's got a lot more diversity to it.
Yeah, there's options. Like if you're, especially for like a speed run, if you're gonna speed run the games, it's like there's so many more options in 3. Whereas with 2, it's like a lot of
worlds are bigger,
lockdown, and.
Oh, they did that stuff where they make backtracking not very fun. They didn't. The reward for doing it isn't very much.
It's padding.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's padding. That's one of the things.
Bigger?
Somebody, I forgot his name. I might be able to go get it because it's not that far down. But somebody showed me their like theorized list of how Spyro 2 was originally done. Like, even though they said in an interview that it's only
the 4 seasons or whatever versus just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
But based on the level arrangement. Yeah, but it's actually a really good theory.
I mean, that's always been a long-standing thing that, like, that's one of the reasons people have always theorized that, like, oh, there had to have been one, because look at Autumn Plains and how many fucking portals it has. It has, like, a shit ton, and it has 2 speedways, too, which is really odd.
Yeah.
No other homeworld in the games has that going on.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just when you look at how he comprised the list, it actually organizes the levels a bit better as well, without changing their order very much.
I would always say that Spring Savannah, well, the Spring homeworld would be the third homeworld, and Winter Tundra would still be the final homeworld.
Yeah.
Well, he has it listed. I mean, it's obviously just a original creation, but he has like Spring Forest, Summer Hills, Autumn Plains.
See, I always thought of Spring Savannah, like, my thought on that and how that would fit in logically would be like, and actually also fill in a plot hole in Spyro 2. Just Joe falling out of the fucking sky at the end of the golf fight and surviving.
Man, those two holes in that picture bug me.
Like, I'm thinking like the bird that he summons a mecha gulp or whatever. He also summons the bird. Like, I always wondered, like, what if the original plan was to do like a bird, like as like the third boss, and then of course Spring Savannah actually did like a soar cutscene thing or whatever, like as a gag for April Fools. But like legitimately, I always thought of that being like the logical choice for a third boss equal Ripto. It also explains how he survived the fall, because he's like, oh, the bird caught him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because how it makes a lot of sense, because when you fight. And like after the fight, Ripto just falls for no particular reason, and then he's just alive. It's like, something was supposed to happen here.
Yeah, it just feels like there's something missing. It feels like it's due to rush.
Well, yeah, it's just
sure.
you need to get the game out, cut the corner. But also another thing is, like, I brought it up is just because people are like, oh well, Insomniac says like, oh, they definitely didn't like.
Insomniac, this is the thing, is like, I always initially I looked at that as like, oh yeah, I guess there never was one. But the more you think about it, it's like, no, Insomniac isn't Insomniac anymore. There's like nobody there anymore, and it's been years, and they barely even around to fucking play the games, let alone what they did on them.
That's what I'm saying is like,
trust that they remember that accurately.
Yeah, I was saying like a fraction of Insomniac is the original people. And also after 20, that's what I'm saying, after 20 years.
No, it's less than a fraction of the people.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's not even people that like were mainly working on the game, like
it was mainly the marketing people. It was like people like Ted Price who were like,
who doesn't actually develop the game.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is Ted is pretty much the one that answers most of that. But that's like with Gabe Newell in Half-Life, where he said there was going to be moss growing physics, but that, like, is there moss in the game? He doesn't know what's in the game.
Brian Allgaier might know. Like, he might.
I'll say, besides what's written down, there is no evidence to prove that what they say is also the final verdict.
You'd have to talk to an ex-Insomniac employee from
Yeah, you'd have to talk to ex-employees or get the design doc.
Worked on Spyro during the time, like
you'd have
start to finish from concept stage.
I would love to get the design doc, but you know, I'm not special enough to go get that.
Yeah, but you'd have to go to basically.
Toys for Bob now. Do they have it?
In the credits. You'd have to look in the credits for the people who worked on it.
That Toys for Bob has a design doc.
Do they?
Yep, they got it.
What I had seen was like they'd said. I've heard very conflicting things about what they do and don't have from Insomniac. Because I've heard, like, on one hand, oh, Insomniac wasn't going to give us anything.
Well, like,
and they didn't work with us at all. And on the other hand, they gave us everything.
Well, it seems like. Well, it seems like what I mean. Obviously, there's no evidence. I mean, unless they all were just lying, we're told to.
Also
they said like
shit. I'll be right back.
Yeah, but they're saying like they basically had. I mean, I don't know how much they possibly had. They probably didn't have complete design docs of everything, but it seems, based on what people that went to Toys for Bob said, is they obtained original concepts in some of the design docs for Spyro 1, but they never said they had anything for 2 and 3.
I don't think they would own it, though, because if Activision owns the rights to Spyro, I'm pretty sure Insomniac or Sony would hand those over to...
They don't have to. They're not required to. It's just they probably did when asked.
Oh my god, I was gonna say, one thing that could happen is that, like, if you remember Insomniac spoke to Toys for Bob, maybe they got the design.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what more likely happened, but the thing is, it probably is not complete, because if all the source codes are gone, then a lot of that documentation...
I did hear that they lost, like, a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah, they said during a move, they didn't care to back up anything, so goodbye.
They just didn't have the shit for it anymore.
What do you mean when they moved to what?
I I
Well,
just
when they
heard
did moves
stories,
in
they
office.
they moved office and they've lost shit tons.
I will say this though, because that's the same thing that happened with Half-Life. Like, oh, we lost all the sources. Okay, we found one of the people that was responsible for the game going gold and submitting the pressing to the facilities to get those made, and he still has all the sources that he got. So maybe somebody that was responsible for pressing the disc at Universal might have stuff, but they're never going to talk.
So you're saying when they left the Universal backlot,
Yeah.
that's when they lost the Spyro information.
Well, it's well, they're saying
in like 2000.
It's different things that they say, to be honest.
Well, yeah, it's different things. There's nothing consistent. There's nothing to prove either way. They just said they lost it, and just take their word they lost it.
I would say they would have lost it, especially moving like a studio like that. You know, especially if you're moving directly from a Universal lot into a Sony lot, into like, you know, pretty much a third-party studio, aka Burbank, which is what it is now.
Yeah.
And then they moved on Ratchet and Clank. And I'm also, why the hell would they care about a PS1 game by the point if they're moving to PS2?
Well,
they don't even have the rights to it anymore.
Well, that's sort of the reason why that sort of stuff goes missing, is because like they
didn't care.
It doesn't matter to them. I know one thing is a lot of companies do is they keep the same sort of FTP servers and stuff when they start a new game, and they'll just delete the previous work. So that's the thing.
I noticed this.
Yeah, that makes me sad.
Yeah.
Like, imagine just taking an entire game worked on, just like, hitting Control A and delete.
Alright, I'm back.
Who cares? It came out.
You can tell that Insomniac pretty much by Spyro 3 didn't really want to do Spyro anymore, so maybe they just didn't care. So,
well, yeah,
that's... I think they like Ratchet and Clank a lot more than they like Spyro.
I mean, considering how many Ratchet and Clank games...
Emily, I hear ya for once.
Okay. What did you say, Sally?
I said, considering how many Ratchet and Clank games they made, I would definitely say they like Ratchet more than Spyro.
Yeah. Even though that original team that created Ratchet and Clank is, like I said, is also gone. Like I said, all those people purged. They all left in like the later 2000s after Tools Destruction.
Well,
they
yeah,
weren't liking where the studio was going. They didn't like the direction. They wanted to move on with their lives. I mean,
that's on.
They're with Insomniac for like what, 14 years by that point, since 1996. So they just wanted to move on. Some people came on board during Ratchet and Clank, and then they just left after Ratchet and Clank's hype years. Like, I think Ratchet and Clank was best for the first 4 years it was on, and then, no offense, Tools Destruction is great, but I mean, they should have ended it after Crack and Play. They should have been done. Like, they should never have made another Ratchet and Clank game after 2000.
Well, that's why like a lot of people leave, is because when a studio is just like constantly going to keep doing the same thing, they're like, well, they're not going to change, then bye.
And also, yeah, I mean, Ratchet and Clank was fucking awesome for 2002, and when it came out, it was brand new, it was awesome, and I'm pretty sure everyone was on board, and hell yeah, we can do 4 games. Fuck yeah. And then, you know, after a while, I'm pretty sure it got...
Yeah, that's fucking Ratchet whatever.
That's even why, that's why David Bergeau, like the famed composer who did the music, also left as well. Like, it's... You know, politics, you know, getting tired of it. Like, doing 8 Ratchet and Clank games, it's tiring.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though Ratchet and Clank is an amazing series, it's just more the fact is that, like, some with Spyro 2, like Insomniac was probably, like,
I'd be inclined to say Spyro was a series of shit.
No, I'm pretty sure Universal rushed the hell out of Insomniac.
Well, same thing. It's a good E for everyone seller, get it done by this time, you know, holidays.
Yeah. And they did the same thing to the people that entered the Dragonfly, and look what happened.
Well, I mean,
I mean, even up with that. I don't understand why they fixed the development team for that.
Well, I mean, it's still, even with like getting rushed by like Universal and Sony, they still, in my opinion, are still more tried and true.
I know Sai doesn't want to talk about Insomniac's negativities on the stream, but like I said, I think Insomniac, they're dead. They're dead to me. They're, like, they still make good games, but they're not the same people.
Like, podcast shit
I know. Fucking podcast central.
Oh yeah. Siri needs
Hey, we're gonna watch
Why I Hate
somebody.
Insomniac podcast. Featuring JPAK.
We stream old games and shit talk.
Yeah, we're gonna.
We're just
Before
old, like
we-
we're just like 65-year-olds. So they're just
Hey,
like,
before we stream
"Ugh."
Spider-Man for the PS4, we're gonna play Spider-Man 2 and hate how old
And
it is.
and hate hate the new game.
Yeah. Look how old the graphics are, guys. Look at, oh god, let's see. We have like environments, and this has like fog
Graphics
on the
don't mean
ground.
good game. Like that's the thing. Yeah, you can have like amazing graphics. That's pretty much guaranteed today, but it doesn't mean it's going to be a great game.
I think the best stream I've ever seen from Insomniac is when they invited speedrunners to play Spyro, and they were just
Fucking
kind of
awesome.
quietly twiddling their thumbs because they didn't know what to say.
So awkward.
They were just like, "So, what do you think about this?" And I'm like, "We enjoy somebody breaking our game." I'm like, "It yours?"
It's like getting tag teamed by the gamers. That's what it's like. That's what it probably felt like for them. Like, oh my god. They're,
Well,
like,
they're probably
tagging
thinking
this
like,
script.
"Oh, he's really
Oh my
playing
God,
this
like-
game I didn't do."
Maybe that's why they don't give a shit about the speedrunning communities, because they just completely think they're freaks.
I think speedrun
Yeah.
community. I always like speedrun communities. I think they're better game testers than game testers.
Oh, obviously, you know,
Yeah.
the ins and out of games.
That's why with like demos and stuff, I still would send it to people that love to do speedruns and stuff, because they're gonna find
Yeah.
glitches and bugs before anybody else does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Easily.
anyone who speedruns is going to be a really great game tester, because they will find all of that. And
Yeah,
yeah.
like I sent my
Listen
demo
carefully,
to
you
some person. He
stupid
found a
girl.
skip like in my Spyro mod demo, like that I didn't even know about, and I was like,
Wait, you're
"What?"
making a game?
Mod. It's just a mod for Half-Life, but like
Oh.
I sent it to him and he found skips in it that I never even thought of, and I was like, "What?"
He's
What I
the one
heard-
doing Half-Life Year of the Dragon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're Magic Nipples, which is by the way
Mr.
amazing
Nipples.
name. Mr. Nipples.
Mr. Nips.
Mr. Nipples, here's a package for you.
What kind of package we talking about, we?
Oh, poor Buzz. Pour another one out for our lost homies.
I see you guys are streaming Spyro 3. Yes, not Ordinary Games, aka Andrew V.
Yeah, we're doing that, obviously.
Obviously.
Oh man, I'm upset that this game doesn't have the NPCs randomly popping in and out of existence when you get on the balloon. That was my favorite part of RT.
What?
When you hop in the balloon, a lot of the NPCs just warp out of the map for some reason.
I'm so done.
Oh
It
yeah.
is-
You are fucked. Yes.
Also, I saw another thing on RT when Steve finished like the last level and like I think it was Midnight Gardens. He went to where the freaking helicopter thing was and he was waiting there and none of the NPCs were there.
Rip.
They like looked around and then they just showed up.
They fucking destroyed Buzz.
I had that with some enemies too. That in so many games where they just
They just
appeared.
pop in out of nowhere. I'm like,
I
Right.
had a Nork and Shiba's elf
Yeah.
just
How
got stuck in
dare
a
you
wall.
mispronounce my intentional misspell?
Oh yeah. Streaming to Spyro 3. I got a purge. This is the purge stream where I regret
should've-
all my decisions that led to me playing Spyro Reignited on stream like that for so long.
Yeah, they ruined this boss fight.
Okay, Drag.
He doesn't look scary anymore.
No, it doesn't seem scary anymore. I don't. It's funny because they
Their
made so
sound.
many enemies look ugly and mean, but then bosses
but not
goofy.
the monsters.
Yeah.
But not the
fucking
monsters.
bosses seem to me are pathetic now. I don't understand. What the hell happened?
Oh, now it's quiet.
Is-
Too
I'm
quiet.
still trying to get our mic to work.
Yeah, I hear noises, and it stopped again. But
Take your
Glitching the boss fight.
take a pair of headphones.
Surprised I didn't
Plug 'em
die
into
on
your-
Buzz.
Take a pair of headphones. Plug them into your mic. Oh, they're gone.
Racer.
okay.
If you plug headphones into a mic input, it'll work like a mic. You can reverse. You can turn your headphones into a mic easily.
Yeah, if you have a phone, you can just use that.
Yeah, that's what I did when my mic died.
So, what's everyone doing for Thanksgiving?
I have no
Eating
idea.
food.
I don't think.
I have no idea
shit
either.
this year.
I'm
I
driving-
can't deal with the stress of it.
I'm driving to the other side of town to go eat
Stay
food.
home and just, you know, not even eat. I don't want to go to Texas Roadhouse. Fuck it.
Ooh.
Just- I got like a $25 gift card to that shit. So.
Texas Roadhouse is good.
So now I can actually show you what the hell I was talking about with the head bash thing in fucking Metropolis or whatever. You can't do in Reignited. Like this shit. You can like just like instantaneously like just. Oh no, I can't fucking do it.
Don't worry, guys. It's totally an underwater level. We just put bubbles here. And that's all they need to do.
Can't do that shit no more. A quick head bash chest.
Actually, I've noticed that. Have you noticed with the game, they just add a filter over the water, but what they should have done is should have just animated some bubbles and actually put textures on the water.
Literally making a slightly not as advanced shader would have looked better.
Yeah.
Waiting for the stream to catch up. Oh, there it is.
They could have had a clear version of the shader, right? They didn't have to add the green tint to it. They could have just had a clear version.
What you talking about?
Yeah, but
adds like the distortion of the ripple of the water. So we're talking about the underwater, how shit it is, and how this is simple and it's better.
Oh.
This is literally just vertex color, like just vertex color all of the vertices that are below the water, and the water surface itself to match, and then are you using to make the water surface texture like plane or whatever, and do the water light shader, like a duplicated layer of geometry over top of it.
Yeah, I will say I'm gonna say this to OKO, whatever your name is, sorry for butchering that.
Okay.
That I think the homeworlds in Spyro 3 Reignited still look great. I think that things look great.
You reserve the right to be wrong. You're allowed to be correct.
Your favorite catchphrase next to
I don't know
fuck.
how to feel about Spyro 3. They don't look too fantastic to me. But
I especially don't like Midnight Mountain or Sunrise Spring.
Midnight Mountain I was not a fan of.
I kind of just glossed over my feelings regarding that when I played it on stream, but I'm not a fan.
Okay, so here's a thing I like about Spyro 3 or Spyro in water is that they did a thing in this, which is they didn't put an overlay when you're underwater, so you can see.
Actually see. Yeah.
Yeah, they could have easily have put one. They chose not to.
Yeah, I actually was going to do that at one point as like a graphical improvement in Spyro Miss Awakened, and then I realized how shit it looked, and I took it out.
No, it is not a.
It's not an improvement.
In a game where you need to see things, you don't want to put overlays on anything.
No, it's not an improvement.
If you want a game where you need it to look all super.
Hey, I think I heard you.
If you,
that's the
if
thing.
you need
It's like, yeah, it's realistic, but at the same time,
I hear you.
Hey,
you finally got to work.
She's
if
alive.
you do
She exists.
I thought she was like a leprechaun or something. Like, myth, legend.
Yeah, like if you set up a game to be like realistic or something, then it's fine. But if you need to look for things, don't make it hard to look for things.
That goes twofold for the fucking grass.
All of RT. Simple rule.
Midday Gardens, I can't remember how it looked. I think it looked okay. Like, it wasn't bad.
That's why I said Midday Gardens looked pretty decent.
But
Midday Gardens was not.
Not a fan of it. Because
Mountainy looking.
Yeah, they just spammed it.
That's
It's got the purple filter shit going on, and it's just not great. Plus,
Yeah,
they butchered the music.
Midday Gardens I think was the best looking out of all of them. It also had the best looking water and
Midday
Reignited
Gardens
as well.
was actually the best. That's what I was saying.
Evening Lake was okay, but it wasn't as good as Midday Gardens Reignited.
Evening Lake pisses me off because it's the most broken homeworld. It has the most problems.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Evening Lake is. Evening Lake has all those problems, and the whales are just a giant glitch. He shouldn't even be there. You should just took him out if he was going to function that bad.
I don't understand why it's. I don't understand
He's
how
really
it,
bad.
how it functions that badly though, because I feel like that's something you literally just put on a track, And I feel
That's
like
what I
it
was
did some
thinking, like,
weird
man, if
physics
you-
shit there. It works about as well as Snappy does in This Awakened does, which isn't well. Just
Yeah, no, like, you guys
like,
had
it's very-
Spyroscope and ripped the paths. Why did you all of a sudden go, okay, for the whale, we're gonna give him AI?
And pants.
Like, no,
Yeah, and
you just,
pants.
you literally, you give them an animation that loops, and you put them on a path. That's all you do.
Yeah, just like the
All that's
original.
necessary.
Yeah,
Like, they
the
done fucked up, and
easiest
then
way
you
to.
can get glitched into a wall or like completely soft locked because he won't let you
Yes,
out. And it
that's
clips,
my thing.
it
Is soft
clips
locking
through
the game.
everything now too. He clips through like every fucking
What?
wall because he's way too big.
Yeah, he like violently shakes up against walls because he can't move.
Rick? Oh my
Yeah, he
god,
got
I haven't played
Parkinson's.
that yet. I saw him, I never went inside of him. I
Yeah,
was like,
hey,
no.
Well, that's good.
I saw him, but I never went inside of it.
I was
Quote
like, nope.
unquote.
Oh, I didn't even hear it. I just wasn't paying enough attention.
Good.
That describes my sex life. Like to a T.
That's pretty sad, man. No, someone on Facebook was like commenting. They're like, "I saw the whale, but I didn't want to go inside him. So fuck, I'm not getting that egg."
Yeah, fuck that egg.
Yeah, fuck that egg. I'm not going in there.
Also, I like how like every little thing you do like this in Reignited, which you'll see what I'm talking about with the egg and the vases, has to have like a fade to black cutscene thing. Like they can't just. Everything has to have like a cutscene transition where you lose control of the character for a second. I don't know why. I hear dogs.
Midnight Gardens is pretty. In Midday Gardens is pretty hard to screw up. It's really a simple level, honestly, for what it is.
I mean, yeah,
it's a
you
great.
literally can't die unless you out of bounds glitch.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying it's hard for them to screw up the design to Midday Gardens because really it's. Really
I mean, there's
just
some pretty easy to not mess up designs overall. They've managed in quite a few places, so.
Yeah, well, this one's one of the easier designs. They had one job, which they did a good job on. I think this level. That's what I was saying. I was replying to that person in the chat. I think Midday Gardens in this game in the Reignited looks pretty okay.
Yeah.
I think my favorite thing so far I've seen
I could get what they're trying to do, but it's just kind of. Meh.
Yeah, my favorite thing I've seen so far was
Shit. I'm so mad.
One of the people who was doing a lot of glitch hunting for our Reignited was finding out how easy it was to like get a lot of glitches and problems and soft locks and stuff like that. And then at the very end was like, don't worry, the game's like still just fine and it's great. And I'm like,
what?
I'm like, okay, don't get me wrong. I think the game can be good, but at the same, I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit hypocritical, just slightly.
Well, you see, you've got to keep your appearance. You got to keep appearances up with the Spyro community because if you say the game's bad.
Well, yeah, if you say the game's bad, all
then
those
pitchforks come out.
Yeah,
if you say the game's bad, then if you say the game's bad, all the pillars will unfollow you and won't retweet your shit anymore. I've no. I don't want to go into that.
Spyro is just not as solid as the series like Ratchet.
I actually managed to swim in air glitch. You know how many times I've tried to fucking do this before? This fucking glitch.
Whoa, you're doing a lot of falling on my end right now. Oh, there it is.
Yay! Oh, that's cool. I've never actually looked at this to see like just straight up the vertex color from a distance and the far color shit with the LED to see their water. That's neat.
Hasn't loaded yet. Wait for it.
Yeah, I gotta give it a second.
Yeah.
There's
See, I
a
love
bit
the
of it.
look of that kind of shit. Like, I
Say
only
that.
can fucking hope that my game looks this good when it's done. And I know I'm completely fucking breaking this one at the moment, but like, damn.
Uh-oh, what's this video? I'm scared.
Oh. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god.
Waiting for it. Come on.
Yeah.
That's exactly. Fucking genius. That's fucking brilliant. That's my favorite video I've seen. Oh my god. Fucking perfect visualization of microtransactions.
It's the only level in the game where I wish I had Reignited music. Like at Enchanted Towers.
Yeah. I still hate it.
Yeah, I still don't like this one. I will say Reignited's version is a little less annoying. That's about it. That's all the credit I can give it. Ooh, we get to hear the ear rape.
Oh yeah.
The statue.
You're right.
No, there's no bigger ear rape than the Harry Potter thing.
What Harry Potter
with
thing?
clipping, the Harry Potter, what's it called, like Hedwig's theme or whatever. But it's like super fucking loud and clipping. The bell noise just kills my ears.
Is that something that happens in one of the games, or?
No, just one of the. There's a video someone made of it.
I know my
Video on YouTube.
my friend sent like a freaking. He has a video for Discord that's like an ear rape video, but he set the resolution so small that the play icon, like the control icons, don't show up, so you can't stop it when it starts.
Oh god.
And it goes on for like 20 minutes. And I'm just like, oh my god. It's the most annoying thing because he sent it recently and I forgot what it was, so I clicked on it.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Jesus. Copyright.
I clicked. I had to shut down my.
Oh my god! I will literally kill you. Stop.
Alright. Do not do that.
I will fucking murder you. God.
Holy shit.
So sorry, everybody who had earphones in. Or any
I was testing the volume on my keyboard, and I had all. So I was about to play a tune with my piano, and then.
Honestly, it's probably the greatest thing ever for this. But don't do it again, I'll fucking kill you.
I'm just gonna silence someone that's annoying, aka me, and then I'll just play that.
No, honestly, it wasn't really. In all honesty, it wasn't that bad. I mean, like I said, have you ever tried messing with a synthesizer but turning the fucking reso all the way up accidentally and then lowering the cutoff? Yeah, but like doing it like out of nowhere, and then it just is like. And by the way, your speakers are on max, so you feel like you're.
They're on me.
Your ears out. Yeah, I've done that.
I know I had a problem with like when I would try to. I had like virtual guitar amplifier
feedback.
Yeah, and the problem is I would accidentally. And the weird thing is like I had a glitch, like a issue for a while with FL Studio where I would turn it on, and for like a second it would just be like an ear. It would just be like an ear rape sample play, like of just. Like and it was just awful. Like I'd have to mute my like speakers.
I'm purposely dying so we can hear the ear rape multiple times.
What's the ear rape?
You'll hear it.
Oh shit.
Wait, what's the ear rape from? What is it? I'm not.
Enchanted Towers.
The statue breaking. When's the last time you played Enchanted Towers in the OGs? Because it's
not since this game.
Long time. Also, Ghosty says, "Ew, why are you playing that outdated 2-polygon game, Mel? Should be playing the superior game, Reignited."
Well, he's banned now. He's just auto banned.
There you go.
Sorry, Ghosty, I had to let you go. Wasn't working out.
I said we got Toys for Bob up here.
I think they broke up, guys.
Hey guys, look how ugly this game is. As we run it in 320 by 240 next to our game.
Whoa, nice graphics.
Mayhap.
I actually have that. Hold on, where's that sound?
I don't know. I haven't played like Spyro 3 all the way through in almost 10 years now.
God damn.
Yeah, once I like did my like sort of like
Minus
around
one,
middle
let's
school and
see what
high
it's doing.
school,
Yes.
when I did my like 100% run, that was like kind of it. I didn't really pick up the games again.
Whoa, nice graphics.
Don't I hear that? There it
my
is.
fucking pinky finger is falling asleep because I'm like laying weird in my chair. Like,
Hey,
I'm,
give me
and
like
my elbow is like
I hate this track.
numb
I
from
hate
the
this
chair.
track though. It's like just the Sergeant Bird theme. I hate it. That's the one thing I'll give to this game, to Reignited. One of the noticeable improvements is the music of this level in particular.
Oh yeah, no,
Because-
that's what I was saying. Like, this is the only level in Reignited where I would want Reignited music over the originals. I actually turned it on for this level because I fucking hate Sergeant Bird's original theme, and I hate this.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
level
Sai
of-
explained to me. Well, Sai explained to me that the Sergeant Bird music playing was a mistake. Anyways,
it almost definitely has to be. Like, the
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. So.
the level of music in this part, in the minigame I just entered, is like an entirely new and original different track that isn't in the rest of the level. And Sergeant Bird's theme playing in the main level just has to be a glitch with the fact that it's the only level where you play as a side character.
No, I found it really funny though.
What happened is it overrode it,
Yeah.
and they just never fixed it.
Yeah, I found one thing really funny about Enchanted Towers and in the Reignited version. So you have so it plays the new Reignited version, but when you go see Sergeant Bird, it plays his Sergeant Bird theme, and then it transitions when you get back into Sergeant Bird, playing in the level, it transitions back to the normal Enchanted Tower theme. So it just literally just transitions to the brass, back to the electric piano. Like, I'm like, what? So, like, that means the Sergeant Bird theme is only exists for that one cutscene where you talk to Sergeant Bird and Spyro in that building. That's it. Like, where Spyro talks to Sergeant Bird.
Mm-hmm.
I found that really interesting. Also, no, not the Fargo minigame. No.
Fargo?
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 Yeah,
Apparently.
Fargo. I call him Fargo. Barlow, whatever the fuck its name is.
Farley.
Farley?
Farley, yeah.
Fargo. There's just a dead guy in the snow, just like shot.
Oh, usually the last gems are missing are from those, like, the fucking things that fly or whatever in the main level. I always have problems with that.
Yeah.
in this.
Fucking hate those things.
Oh, they're so annoying. That's the other thing I'll give it. They make those enemies way less annoying than Reignited. They're just garbage. And
Yeah.
They just look like miniature buzzes. I've always thought they looked like miniature buzzes. Just like
kind of are.
Green.
Is that Jirawa's nickname for his vibrant?
Now Remake Game says, I don't hate Sergeant Bird's theme, but I would not mind a fan mod that puts the side level music as.
I'll say it. I hate his theme. I
hate it.
I guess you could just change the. I guess you
Which one's
could.
the worst?
I guess Spyro Edit might be able to change the theme.
Okay, so which
I
one's
don't know.
worse? Sergeant Bird's theme or Sheila's theme? Or the
Sergeant Bird.
I don't like either. Here comes the death threats.
I like Sheila's thing because it reminds me of Lost Fleet.
Sheila's is okay.
It's okay. I don't like either though. I just don't.
mind it. I actually
hate
prefer
but I
it
don't
over.
like it either.
I
There's a
prefer
lot
it
of
to
good
Sergeant
themes, and there's a lot of good themes in Spyro 3, but those two are not on my list.
The Lost Fleet makes it about 1,000 times worse.
I love the music.
And Lost Fleet?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't be friends with you anymore.
I'm gonna kick you out of the stream where I have no power to kick you out.
I'm gonna have to ask that you leave, sir, and don't ever come to me unless I'm again.
And then I have to ask that
No, it's
you,
like, hello, I'm gonna have to ask you very nicely to get the fuck out.
I'm gonna need you to click on the Discord icon and hit the leave button.
Yeah, you could also log out IRL. That'd be great.
Yeah, go to your account. Yeah, if you could hit the gear at
Delete
the bottom.
system 32. Thank you.
Yeah,
You gotta find the logout button, IRL.
Yeah, if you could
Click
hit that little,
That's crazy.
yeah, hit the little gear button in the bottom left, hit
I did this
edit,
in the wrong order. I should have gone.
and then just hit delete account.
Oh my.
Just staring at the wall. Oh, there he goes.
Lost Feet sounds like Sheila piloting a pirate ship.
Just a weird arrangement.
Sort of.
I mean,
it's just not a
it's
good
just bad.
arrangement. It's you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Ricto's theme in Dragon Point. Just taking something and just layering it over in a really bad way.
Yeah, it's just changing one instrument, adding like a fucking like organ does not change the theme.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily make it.
Just because you do that.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's where like when I think of Reignited is, I always like I'm still going back to, but I always like when a remake or a remaster, whatever, like it doesn't have to be limited to, but I always like when they do a little bit more. So I'm like, oh, it'd be a perfect time to compose a new theme, but nope.
Enchanted Towers is good though.
Now we gotta be real. Now also we gotta be.
Yeah.
I like how some of the guitar in the Reignited track sounds somehow cheaper than the original electric guitar.
Right.
Some of the tracks. And worse.
Yeah,
I don't understand what happened there.
I'm not a fan of the electric guitar sounds.
So they got a worse one.
It's just one instrument. Yeah. But yeah, they changed one instrument. Like that's all they did. And the
guitars
Enchanted
and
Towers. Go on.
I was saying the guitars and drums in the Reignited track, like some of the Reignited track is fine, but the guitars and drums just feel weak.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of oomph.
Like the bass, the drums, a lot of the
they don't have a lot of oomph and power.
The driving rhythm of the tracks is just either muted or gone or really weak.
Yeah, it'd be cool if he just I don't know, just one more bite in the guitar and the drums. I like they'll go a long way.
The synths though. Synths are alright.
I don't like what they've done to like Midnight Mountain synth. Like it sounds really weak and muted now.
They probably I haven't heard that yet.
Wait, is Greatest Hits is Super Bonus Round music for Lost Fleet, or is it?
No, Super Bonus Round music got used for Lost Fleet in the regular version.
Okay, because I don't know. I liked whichever one was the Greatest Hits.
That's the shitty one that we're not friends for.
Oh, okay. just to clarify.
That's the one you're not allowed to like. Sorry. Didn't have to be this way.
It's not Stewart's guitar sample. He didn't make it. He took it from something else. There's no way in hell that Copeland would never been able to make his own guitar sample.
I mean, he could. He has a
Maybe.
guitar.
I mean,
he has a guitar and a mic.
Yeah,
he just chose. Well, he just chose to use all digital. That was just the thing he said, even in an interview. He just.
Fuck this skip. I don't even know why I'm doing it.
He just didn't want. He just didn't want authentic instruments. He was like, I just want to be purely digital.
Yeah, which is nothing wrong. I'm just saying.
There's nothing wrong with it. If you make it sound good, it sounds good.
But yeah, but anyways, I just want to reinforce my thing about the Enchanted Towers theme. Is that that's changed? And did you finish the Sergeant Bird thing, by the way?
What Sergeant Bird thing?
The thing at Enchanted Towers.
Oh, I haven't unlocked Sergeant Bird yet.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
That's why I was like, fuck, I did this in the wrong order. I left the level.
Yep.
I couldn't 100% then. I was pissed.
But yeah, but going back to that, is that the Lost Fleet theme is literally just an added instrument. It doesn't change much. Versus the thing in Reignited, they actually add a bunch of synths and keyboards and add a different. They actually kind of change the chord up a bit to make it sound a lot more jazzy and more whimsical.
Yeah, they try. Like,
I like it a lot.
Stefan tried to make it different, but
yeah, I really love that track like a lot.
I would have preferred if he just tried to make an original composition that fits the. Like it's something I would have preferred, but I mean.
What are we talking about? What track?
Enchanted Towers.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have preferred they just either brought in the actual Enchanted Towers track or given them one.
That's what I would have wanted.
But
new
I
one.
do like that at the very least they used a less shitty version of Starship Perks track.
Yeah.
The composer was like, probably, what the fuck? Why the fuck is there brass in this garbage? I'm not gonna add a bunch of electric pianos and things and see what flies.
Yeah.
Actually, need to take a look at the inside of this cave. For,
They should have done the. They should have used the 1.0 release of Spyro 3's soundtrack and just have Sunray Spring when you fight the sorceress. It would just top it off for me.
Icy Peak's pretty good though.
I would have just topped off the experience.
The drum break in that's pretty awesome. I mean, I don't think the composer did a terrible job. I think the music is actually better than the collection itself. Like, the music alone has actually got a lot more effort. I mean, you could even see, yeah, you could argue that the bass isn't as strong, but honestly, like,
I mean, it's not like it's not bad, but it's not great. I mean, I don't know. It's just there's some parts where I wish he did some different stuff to make it a little bit better.
No, it still sounds a shit ton better than most things, and
I've heard worse.
yeah, I've heard worse as well. It sounds pretty decent overall.
I mean, I think I could probably throw Reignited in that situation of like.
Look, hey, the glitch that happened a couple times on stream doesn't happen here. Imagine that.
Wow, no glitching.
Yeah, they don't glide over a part of the ice that doesn't exist in this version.
Oh yeah, they got the physics right. Wow, 20 years ago they got the physics correct.
Nice.
Imagine not being able to walk on a piece of geometry that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Imagine
crazy ideas, man.
Imagine 20 years down the line they would still be figuring out how to do it.
Yeah, I'm really pissed off about. I'm gonna bring up Not Ordinary Games comment here. The OG trilogy has real uncensored Canadians, and yes, I hate how they got rid of the A. Like, I really love that in the original, and the fact that they took away them going A. It enrages me. It makes me want to kill people.
They showed it to what's his name, and he was like,
what was wrong with it?
They showed it to a Canadian guy, and he's like, "You gotta take that out."
This girl I've been talking to for the last like 2 months is Canadian.
I'm really sensitive when people say A to me, even though my name is Canadian guy A. So A, if you could.
You gotta take the A out. That's that's gotta go.
And all of my Canadian subscribers.
I will no longer promote the game if you.
Yeah, but honestly, like, I was like, is A like offensive or like not?
No, it's just a fucking like dumb like.
It's literally just a.
Yeah,
like a sat. It's like a sat. It's just a like.
I can't even describe it as like, oh, it's a funny.
It's not even really a stereotype.
Yeah, it's literally just a single accent. It's like not even a.
It's
just kind of a yeah. It's just like. It's just kind of a satire. It doesn't really do anything.
They don't. Not every Canadian.
It's not even. Yeah, it's not only do they not all say it, but it's not even just a thing Canadians were like attached to. Like that's not even a thing that attached to alone.
But it gave this level charm, and that's why I'm pissed off that they got rid of it.
I don't know.
Like, and they blatantly got rid of it because every.
Well, what's that? Cartoon characters have exaggerated emotions? No.
It just, I don't know, that's one thing that pisses me off. Some of the changes like that are stupid. That's not even a censor, that's just a straight up like...
I mean, I don't know. I think Twitch Robot should take my advice. When somebody complains because they think something is not okay, like it's offensive.
If someone complains,
here's what
you say, fuck you, go fuck
yourself.
yourself.
Here's what you do. Here's what you do. You go to their comment and you delete it, and you move on with your life.
Exactly. You don't let these like minorities tell you how to live your life.
It's not, regardless of their minority or not. It's just like there was that thing for a while where everybody was pissed off at id Software when they released the Doom Slayer trailer, and it had the social justice warriors joke in it, and they're like, "Oh, it's offensive," and id literally just didn't care.
Who cares about social justice warriors?
Yeah, they asked like, they got asked like, "Are you gonna remove it?" And they're just like, "No, we're keeping it in." We don't care.
I mean, we're gonna make money on this anyway, so who cares?
The joke is why it's funny.
Yeah, exactly. But someone like Twitch for Bob has to be goody goody shoes. Or Sonic has to be goody goody SJW.
I'm gonna head out. I'm getting tired.
Alright.
I'm gonna have to drop out soon as well.
This reminds me of the.
See you, dude.
See you, bitch.
Welcome to
Jeez.
JPAK's offensive, not owned defensive stream, where we just completely talk about SJWs and why I want to put their heads on Ace.
There it goes.
I love this beautiful sunset shit. Like, you guys see the? Well, I would expect it to because it's on Reddit. But it kind of
Will be delayed.
This was
Well, I
like
mean,
my
there's
favorite level as a kid.
This
There's
is
like a really good.
a good example of like some hardcore changes between the OGs and Reignited. This, just the way this looks, the colors.
Yeah, there's that post that was on the Reddit that like was like one of the few posts I've ever seen get like over a K. It got 2K like thumbs up or upvotes, where it showed just like the skybox and the original and the ice and everything, and it just was super stylized and looked very pretty.
That's
And
the
in the
post
original,
I'm
it's
talking
just
about, like this exact like screenshot, like this kind of like area with the sunset and ice peak. It's like
yeah, it's just
nothing like that
gone.
in the Reignited trilogy.
Yeah, it's literally just gloomy little sky and a rock texture that's slightly blue. Because they couldn't even make it the same ice texture as like the rest of the game.
This shit.
And
this poor soul can't attack me off screen. Get fucked.
yeah, somebody else like it also got pointed out that like the ice and other Spyro levels look way better than this one. I'm like, yep. Or the inconsistency shit.
Yeah, I don't entirely blame Twitch or Bob though. Twitch or Bob.
Well, that's 'cause Zach got
entirely. Again, a lot of this is really Activision's fault. They've been fucked up
but also
in
just
so many ways. Problem is, Twitch for Bob is like the they're taking all of the publicity, good and bad, for this game. Well, of course, Activision rakes in like 90% of the cash on it.
well, yeah, that's pretty much the setup. Multiple studios work on it. Toys for Bob gets every bit of hate and love for it, and Activision makes all the money. And the cycle
This is clearly
repeats.
just made because of the Crash Collection was a success.
I will argue that that is the case till the day I die. The only reason it got made is because of Crash doing well. That's it.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah,
That-
they were
that-
definitely not going to put their eggs in a basket trying to revive Spyro if it didn't. Yeah, no way.
Like, I don't even think they planned to do it though. And it again goes back to that, like the 4chan post. I would 100% believe it now. 'Cause-
No, I mean that's what I thought from the beginning. Is just there was no way they were going to work on like the scope of us like redoing Spyro without the Crash being good.
I know, but it was more than just that. It was like every other aspect of that post pretty much lined up exactly with what I pictured in my mind.
Oh yeah, there was that thing though that said like they were working on an original game, but then we're like, oh no, you got to do.
Yeah, like apparently they were
remake.
planning to just do something else with Spyro, because I mean it'd been fucking dead for forever. And the only reason they did the remake is because Crash did well.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I mean, it makes sense.
Start over, do this. That's why they only had a year in development for 3 games of this size.
Wait, you're saying they only had a year?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They.
Okay, well, then the
This is not a
composer did a
game
fucking
that
good
was
job.
started in 2015. Like, I know there's like those Falcon Bob things, but that lines up with the fact that they were probably doing something else with Spyro up until Crash did fucking amazing, and then it switched.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they were testing around with Spyro, but it didn't mean it was reignited. Yeah,
it was like
especially that 4chan post is true.
The way that post made it seem like they were just gonna do something with Spyro, but it wasn't gonna be. God knows what it would have been.
Yeah.
I honestly would have preferred that at this point.
I mean, that's why I
Milking
still want to
this.
see what they do next, because I'd rather see an original idea from them than them trying to copy something else, because that is just a trail of tears.
You're always gonna get like when you like have someone like copy a series that's 20 years old, you're always gonna have changes that people aren't going to like.
That's why I just prefer they do something new. Just do something new and just see how that
Even
is,
though I
because
do
at
like
least
some of the changes that they made. Some of them are good, but you know, it's not enough to say that it's worth. It should have been done. They should have just made an original Spyro game, or just an original game. Like why have to make Spyro? Why not make a game? Hey guys, remember Spyro? We're making a game that's just like Spyro, but it's like not Spyro.
well, that's why that
the
4chan post seems
successor.
really true. It's like, hey, we're gonna, you know, sort of revive the series, but oh, now we're reviving it with the trilogy.
Like Skylanders, as much as we all hate on Skylanders, and I'm not gonna say it's a good series, but at least it did have some original characters. It was an original idea, in a way. I mean, I know they took Spyro as a marketing method, but honestly, it became its own. I know people who do like it. I don't care for it personally, but I'm trying to say, why couldn't Toys for Bob make something like just a new platformer? Like, make a brand new mascot.
They would never. Activision would never fucking take the risk on that shit, ever.
Yeah, Activision has a Nintendo problem where they have to always use the same thing.
They will milk a franchise till it's dead, and they're not gonna move on to a new franchise until somebody else comes up with one and throws it in their lap when it's already making a shit ton of money. They would never greenlight Toys for Bob doing.
There you go.
No one's actually like sued these people or like, you know, shut down Activision or, you know, done anything to stop them. They do.
Why is it widescreen when it's supposed to be standard definition?
Because
magic.
I don't want to see black bars on my wide ass monitor.
Because it always was widescreen. You just remembered it wrong.
Yes, also that. I mean, it's just
TVs were always widescreen. You just
I'm gonna play this game on my PS1 portable. You know, the PS1 with the screen on it.
I'm used to playing on PSP. A lot of the time, it's my preferred way generally.
That's how I played the series.
Yeah, I've got copy of all three on PSN.
I didn't know. I just played on my PS3.
I'm still really bummed out.
I have the original disc, because here's the thing: the ports on PS3 suck. But if you actually have the actual original disc, like I do, and you put it in the PS3, runs perfectly, completely.
Yeah. I've never experienced the problems that people claim to have with the ports on PS3. I play the ports on PS3 and I played them on PSP.
They're terrible. I hate them.
I've never had any issues with them, ever.
I'm still bummed they never
the
made.
The only issue is that they're not the greatest hits version for Spyro 3. That's the only issue I have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. As a result, I've literally never heard like stuff like Enchant or not, but stuff like Evening Lake in the original game. Like, because I don't have the Black Hole, or not the Black Hole, the greatest hits. I've never heard the actual Evening Lake track in the OG game.
Yeah.
Which makes me sad.
Well, that's why I always like the PSP versions, because there was a tool that allowed you to basically turn any PSP or PS1 ISO into a PS, classic. Like it would just, yeah. So I just took the Game of the Year version, or whatever version was, the greatest hits version, and did that. Actually, because when I first got Spyro, they only had the first game on the PlayStation Store. The other two weren't there yet. So I used that trick to play the other two. So those were illegal.
There's already black bars at the top and bottom of the screen.
Yeah, it's not as bad.
I don't want on the sides though, because it's like I don't want to see a square on my huge ass monitor.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of screen real estate to use it.
Yeah, I'm still bummed they never made any sort of PlayStation classics for the Vita. Like,
yeah,
I don't have a way to
and
play.
They never allowed it for the PS4 either, so you get fucked anybody who wants to play it past, PS3.
Yeah, it's like I have to use. I had to hack my PS Vita to get any sort of emulation for PS1.
Apparently, they briefly, mistakenly released them for the Vita for like one day.
Oh yeah, they did.
Something.
Yeah, they had it up. That's why people knew that there's a way to get it to work, and that's why people were able to hack it. Because they did that stupid shit. Hey, we're gonna... I mean, I guess because it flopped so fucking hard that they just never cared. But that's also on their fault, because they didn't make any games for it. We're gonna make a console.
It had some good games, it's just they did not do very well with the marketing and shit. It's just didn't go anywhere.
PS Vita was they destroyed it themselves. Sony killed the Vita themselves.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we have this console and we're gonna do nothing, and it's gone by.
Sony has straight up killed a lot of what they used to be known for.
Yeah, that's why they're
made really terrible decisions, and they've corrupted companies like Insomniac Games that used to be great, and now they're like, just completely gone down the tubes. They overwork their employees. They do a bunch of just terrible things. I mean, Nintendo is also horrible, but
this bookstore on Nintendo. I don't even.
then Nintendo was horrible before Sony, so now then Sony eventually becomes horrible like Nintendo. It makes sense.
Sony was around long enough to become the villain.
Activision wasn't even bad in the 80s and the 90s, and they were not terrible. But when
Activision kind of did Activision was a breakout of people leaving Atari, and I mean the same thing. They just sort of became what they left.
Yeah, they're all just people getting high all the time. Because that's all they did at Atari is everyone just they would just fucking bring like strippers and they would have like fucking drugs.
Oh wait, no, I'm not looking.
Did you hear that story on when the like main programmer was making Indiana Jones? He was going around the office with a whip and just hitting stuff. I was like, what the hell was this? It's like, what the hell was game development back in the 70s?
Fucking Wild West, apparently.
Yeah, like
literally was the Wild West. Literally.
That's what I'm saying. Like they didn't like in the story was like, oh, he did that to like sort of get an idea of how the physics of the whip would work. I'm like,
no,
in the game it's just.
No, he
but
did
I'm
that
like,
shit for fun. He did that shit for fun.
Kind of like in the game, it's just a straight line that comes out of a square. Like there's no physics.
He did that shit because he could. There's no.
Yeah, I'm saying
no fucking way he was like, oh yeah, I want to do this because I need to test the physics. Bullshit. You just want to crack.
I mean, look at like. Here's a good example. Look at Pixar in the 90s, or look at like Insomniac, like how everyone just played around. They had toys all around. Everyone would just like fucking, they run around on bikes and like shoot each other with Nerf guns and like, other just, fun things to do. And then look at Pixar now. They're not that anymore. They're just kind of very reformed and very much a professional studio where they still do have that fun stuff, but they don't do it like they did back in the day. Or same thing for Insomniac. Insomniac used to be just a bunch of goofballs.
Well, I think the main reason why it always happens. The main reason why it always happens because it seems to be with like most companies that happens to them. And it seems to be when they first, obviously as a company grows and ages, it becomes more reformed and stuff. But when a lot of companies first start out, a lot of the times the company is based on a bunch of friends and college people, like a bunch of college friends and people that get together and start the company.
I mean, that's Insomniac. That's clearly Insomniac.
Yeah.
It was. They started as college buddies. And
yeah, and I'm saying as people move on and leave, that just goes away.
And as it gets bigger, like look at even
here you
Pixar.
go.
Pixar was very small when it started.
You gotta do this now.
Yeah, so a lot of things just change, which is unfortunate because if you like that kind of Wild West kind of crazy ass territory.
Oh yeah, the PSP was a far better handheld.
Yes, it was. The PSP was great.
Yeah, I reordered a 3000 just because I wanted to.
I still have mine. It's always charging on my desk whenever I wanted to test some Neo Geos or whatever.
I had one. It got stolen, so. Fun.
The only console I had stolen from me was my Game Boy Color in the year like 2001.
I had my DS and PSP stolen. It was a bad time for me. I was genuinely upset, like really upset when those got stolen.
Oh, I would be too.
Hey, where's my Mario?
Like it was my like DS and PSP. They were both like the PSP had a bunch of like games on the memory cards and stuff because I was like big boy, learned how to hack it and get a bunch of free stuff, and then it gets stolen. The DS gets stolen with like 3 of my games. I'm like,
my parents ended up replacing it with the Game Boy Advance, and they also they got a friend of ours had Spyro Season of Flame, so they just gave me that like straight up Spyro Season of Flame. I was like, I think it was like 2002 at this point. I was like, fuck yeah, Spyro boy. I hadn't gotten the PS2 yet, but
Yeah, I was amazed when I saw my friend playing a Spyro game on a PSP back in like elementary school.
The Roses do play while she's bowing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not after when she's giving you the egg.
I always found it weird though because I never really got the story in a way because of like I really wasn't aware that Insomniac I didn't know that Insomniac made Ratchet and Clank until I just literally looked at my eyes and oh my god, wait a minute, Insomniac, they're the same developer. I didn't realize this until like fucking 2006.
Oh, I didn't realize Insomniac was the same people that did Spyro and Ratchet and Clank until like much later.
I could never, when I was a kid, I could never tell the difference between Naughty Dog and Insomniac. I thought they were the same.
Yeah.
I was like,
but it also made sense why Spyro was very different, because I was like, oh, wait a minute, Spyro game, wait a minute, this doesn't feel like Spyro.
yeah, like I said, it blew my mind, because I first played Spyro 3, and like one day in elementary school, I see my friend had his Game Boy Advance with like either a Season of Flame or Season of Ice, and I saw him playing it. I'm like, what? The Spyro, like there's a Spyro game on a handheld and it's Nintendo. What?
But she was aiming at you.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense to me.
I was like, that's not. What?
I didn't realize that Crash Bandicoot was made by the same people by Jack and Dexter, and I think it was, like I said, maybe it was really early. I don't know.
Think about that. That's kind of an odd thought. Jack and Dexter, people made fucking Crash Bandicoot. It's weird.
There we got Mark Cerny here, boys. Mark Cerny.
Okay, it is 12 o'clock. I'm going to dip because I have work in the morning.
I'm probably gonna go after this cutscene ends. I'm like, tired.
Yeah.
CS stream.
No problem. It's a good thing for you Hunter was around.
I can look after myself.
I actually get sleep tonight because it's fucking warm and not 8 o'clock like yesterday.
Good job, dude. Did you end the stream?
Oh, not yet. I'm gonna end it in a second. I'm just gonna finish the cutscene, but I can't be fucked.
He's gonna end it after he double dabs.
Can I use this as a moment to just lure people to my stream now?
Do what? You're muted, or not muted. You're like really low volume.
Oh no, I was gonna use this moment to advertise the stream I'm gonna be doing in like fucking 10 minutes.
Are you gonna stream?
Yeah, I'm streaming. Oh yeah. Probably more Reignited.
Fun times.
Yes. I know. Nice graphics. Nice graphics.
Actually, I'm gonna buy Sergeant Bird first. Fuck off.
They ruined this cutscene in the. Yeah, they ruined all the cutscenes.
Yeah. They're not too bad in Spyro 1, but then again, there aren't that many in Spyro 1. There's like 2. Also,
again,
speaking of cutscenes, was it me or did they, like, you know, in Toasty and Reignited, how like once you kill Toasty, it shows like a weird cutscene of like the gate going down, showing you the end portal area?
Yeah.
The fuck is that about? Was that in the original?
I don't think so. I was playing the original yesterday. I don't recall that.
That's okay. So that's what I thought, but I find that weird because like that's the only cutscene they added in Spyro 1. Just that one little bit. Like they didn't add a bunch of other cutscenes. There's just the one.
Ironically, the marketing has a lot of cutscenes like that.
Oh yeah, they did show that in the marketing too.
Yeah, they had all these cutscenes. I thought they would be in the game. I was like, hell yeah, dude! I can't wait to see more of like Dr. Shem's ass.
Yeah, there's like fuck all cutscenes except that one. I don't understand why they added that one. Because it like stops you from playing. You can leave the level quicker.
I mean, like I said, I still think if you're gonna get Reignited,
so definitely get it for 1 over 2 or 3.
Get it for 1, yeah.
Like I would still recommend playing Spyro 1 on Reignited just because it's different and it's got some problems, but it's fun, I guess.
That's what I'm gonna be playing.
And it does have some interesting things to it.
Yep.
But yeah. Also, I again need to end the stream before I stick around for 10 years, not actually ending it. So let me save my game, even though I could just save state, but I get fucked. Alright. So yeah, that's the end of the stream. Peace out, people. I don't know when I'm gonna stream next. It could be...
Stream Tombed.
I still don't know what that... You gotta like me a video of that, Emily, because I literally don't know what the gameplay is like at all. Like, I can't
Stream Shrek Extra Large.
Shut up.
I don't even know if that's an actual game.
It is.
Yeah, let me end the stream.
No.
We'll discuss this.
Alright. Yes. And I'll just say this before we end it. Anyone who wants to continue to stream in, check out my stream. I'll be doing it, I don't know when, 10, 15, 20 minutes from now. I don't know what the fuck I'm playing.
We'll be doing it in 2 days.
Just go watch JP8K if you want to. It's gonna stream, I think, Reignited in a bit, so JP8K will stream later on. It's the dude that was in here talking just a second ago. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Peeps.
Bye.